Alright guys, a long day of Starcraft will continue in the best possible way, and that is the Big Brain Bouts number 45, I believe it is. Number 45. $500 is on the line tonight. We have 4 best of 5s. All of them have been invited and created by me. If you guys want to play in the Big Brain Bouts, you just do !mark Discord. You hop into the Discord and you ask me if you can play. If you've been a sweet individual, there's a very good chance that I will give you a shot if you are at the bare minimum at a certain MMR. We're looking most of the time first match around 5,000 MMR, and after that we make it better throughout the evening. First map is going to be played on Solaris. We've got a mini German Klassiker. So this is proper community Starcraft. These guys normally would not win $75 tonight. One of them will win 60, the other one will win 15.
Let's get it on.
Round 1, fight!
And you need to be over 16 years of age as well. That is correct. That is also one of the conditions to play in the BBB. Top right side of Solaris, we are looking at the main base of a German Zerg that I'm very unfamiliar with, but he DM'd me on Instagram. He said, Roddy, I would really love to play in the BBB once. I said, well, join the Discord, let me know. And apparently he's just a German Zergy, around 4,800 MMR. He's familiar with his opponent, they know each other. And this is the first time ever that he is playing on the Friday night. This is Haku. I know little about him, other than that he's like 4.8, 4.9-ish MMR. I think he is a relatively young player from Germany. In the bottom left side, the complete opposite, a proper veteran. He's also around 5,000 MMR. I think it's the second time that he plays in the Big Brain Bouts. I know him from the ladder. Nice dude. This is saVer. You're at 4K, working your way up to the Big Brain Bouts. Well, we can always make some exceptions. If there is somebody else around that MMR, and I know that I can trust your MMR. It's obviously very important for me to be able to verify, because I don't want people lying about their level to get an easier opponent. So I'm pretty cautious, but you can always make some exceptions. Does this mean they are better than upper 3? They are both favored against upper 3 at the moment, yes. They are around the level of our pal Cell. I think Cell can beat them, but they can also beat Cell. But that goes for a lot of you guys out there. So we had a relatively early pool, and because of that, saVer decided to respond with the double gate on the low ground. I am a bit worried that saVer is almost overreacting here to this opening. Like, obviously, you can say now you at least have 2 gateways, and he's going to have 4 gateway units, but it's really hard to get a lot of value out of 4 gateway units this early. And Zergling speed has been fired up rather quick. They have played against each other a couple weeks ago in a different tournament, and back then Haku apparently won 2-0. But saVer said that he is very confident that he can do better tonight, and he would have loved this opportunity. So I said, alright, let's do it. Well, no, they are in the dead center of the MMR region, where our pal Cell spends a little too much time. First adapt, chase into the back of the main, gets 2 drones. Unfortunately, he is going to end up losing it, but I think getting a scout off, killing 2 drones, you know, a bunch of Zerglings were created early on. This is not that bad for saVer. I think we can live with that on the Protoss side of things. I hope we have a fun night of games. I think for the first time in Big Brain Bouts history, our main event is a TVT. This has never happened before. Raynor and Lambo are to blame for this. They both said that the match I really have to make is Hero Marine against Spirit, because there is proper banter there, there's a proper rivalry, and it matters. So we decided to do a TVT for, I think, the first time ever. There is way too much chrono boost on this Nexus. We obviously are not going to be overly critical when we watch players at 5k MMR. These guys are good Starcraft players, but they are not perfect. But this is not acceptable for someone at saVer's level. He's got 200 energy on the Nexus. Like, Chrono, your Twilight, mate. Could be some nerves that come into play. Chrono your Nexus. Chrono your Twilight. Chrono this Nexus. Can I promote banter in the games? If it's friendly, fun banter, we can absolutely promote that. If you want shit talk, no, we're not gonna do that. Basilisk really cares about this just being a fun environment for people to participate in, win some prize money, and do something nice for the scene. That is a lot more important to them than people trying to be edgy and funny. Don't even try, yo. Don't even try. I don't think there is beef, the Kiwis. But, I mean, you guys know Gabe, right? You guys know Gabe. You guys watch Gabe his stream. I watch Gabe his stream. Gabe is a sweetheart who does a lot of good things for Starcraft 2. But Gabe on his own stream can sometimes turn into a bit of an animal. And obviously not every single pro gamer will always take very pleasant to listening what Gabe has to say about their performance. So, I would never call it like real beef, but, you know, sometimes things can get a tiny bit personal. The Adepts have glaives, and they are almost 6 minutes into the game, so it's a little bit later than what we expect, but A, it's a decent amount of Adepts, and B, obviously the start was a bit different. The Shade got cancelled, kills a lot of the Lynx quickly. Haku is floating a little, he's making a lot of Roaches and Lynx. He has a Lair tech already, so he could use it. The Adept Shade is going to finish up. This is where you want to split up your Adept shots a little. Overall, pretty good Adept play by saVer. Even managed to save 2 of these Adepts in the end. I think it's all pretty good what our German Protoss is showing us here. He just needs to once more be more on top of the chrono. And also, like I would say, build a shield battery or 2. We have 1 battery at the 3rd. One of the hardest things I think in PvZ is just to deal with a lot of Lynx, Roaches and Ravages. If you're a professional player, you can obviously always deal with that. Couple force fields, some bar prison micro, but I think on the lower levels, it is very easy for a Zerg to make a lot of units and overrun Protoss players. The thing is, if you have less Adepts, then Queens can just stand more in their way and can body block them. I think that was the right amount of Adepts. Of course, it all could have been a bit quicker. It can always be better, right? You can ideally split up your shots perfectly so there is never overkill, but I think that was overall quite good. One of the Immortals is going to lead the charge. Well, right after all these Zealots. Haku's having a hard time spending his money as well. There's a good chance that he too is feeling a little nervous. This is something that he wanted. I mean, I played a competitive best of 1 this morning for the WTL. And I basically saw it as a match where $140 is on the line. I was nervous. saVer has a lot here, by the way, guys. And there's only 4 Roaches out. Haku was droning up while making that attack. But he lost a lot of his units. And saVer just kind of hunted this army all the way down to the other side of the map. The Immortals need to shoot at the Roaches here. Come on, saVer. A little bit of target fire on those Roaches, because that's where the Immortals shine the most. I actually think it's still just going to be good enough. Well, we have a lot of extra units coming out, but the Queens are going to get surrounded by themselves. Don't shoot at the Extractor out of all the things. And apparently it does not matter. saVer with the double gate early on, then just made a bunch of gates. And just like that, 8 minutes in, he takes the 1-0 lead in this $75 best of 5. And, well, already does better than in the best of 3 that he did a couple weeks ago. Nice having you here, Brute Force Lord. And that is going to be the end. Zerg got zerged. The Zergy got swarmed. Hello, KJ. Good try by my boys. Clem OP. Yeah, it's tough, mate. Without spirit, it was always going to be tough, right? Well, we're gonna go ahead and hop into game 2 as soon as the nerds are ready. Who won game 1? The saVer has taken the 1-0 lead. I can take a look at their illegal history quickly. See when that best of 2 was, or best of 3, excuse me, that they played very recently. Am I not in the right channel? I am. Toot, toot, toot. So we can take a look at illegal results, saVer. And Haku, thank you to Wardy for the raid. I hope it was fun, mate. Hope you had a great stream. Oh, that's actually the only time they've ever played. And it is a while ago. The Chicken Man Testa Open 2022. Haku got a 2-0 over saVer. So saVer has just won his first ever competitive match. Do you guys allow random? Absolutely. If somebody would want to play random, we can do random. I'll take a quick look. I have another unban request. What is happening? We never even banned people here. Where are they coming from, guys? I don't know what I said, but I'm sure I was drunk and it was several years ago. Got the micro of a clown. This is a bronze bracket. The blinks are horrible. On Van, yes or no, guys? Alright, fine. Be a little nicer, though. Yeah, new year, new chances. We have unbanned him. But he needs to be a little nicer. Oh my goodness, Proxy Edge! Let's go! Round 2.
Round 2. Fight!
Top left side, oh Heartlet. We are looking at the main base of our German Protoss. He has taken the 1-0 lead, but he doesn't know what is happening in game 2. This is saVer. No more Haku. Maybe he's sober in the new year, guys. Bottom right side, we are looking at the main base of our German Zergy. Slid into those ruddy Instagram DMs. This is not where you contact me, by the way, guys. Please do it through Discord. My server, the BASILISK server, all of that is fine if you want to play in the BBB. Leave my little Instagram with my beautiful selfies alone. This is Berserker Esports Haku. Now, saVer should see that not only is this an early pull, I think he saw drones leave as well, and if he doesn't, he should see there is a lack of drones. So we are going to go for the Fiant special, the Lorimbo special, Proxy Hatch, Spine Crawler Rush. You guys like cheesy builds? Here we go. Game 2 of the evening, and we're cheesy. Thank you to Chill Daddy for the 27 months. saVer is going to see it. The Zealot can obviously get a cancel on one of the spines, but he needs to be careful, guys, because the Zerglings are on the way, and you don't want to lose that Zealot. Oh, get a cancel. First Lings are out. Second Zealot is out. What is this defense, by the way? We cannot defend with Mass Zealot. Oh, no. What? Wait, what? Is this a defense? Is this possible? This cannot be a thing, right? What is this? We're gonna go Zealots and probes, but the Spinecrawler is going to finish up. He's gonna get a couple of hits up. And now saVer has already lost 4 or 5 probes, and now he's left with Zealots, and he's building more Zealots, but Zealots cannot defend this. Alright, we're gonna get a Stalker. Like, Stalkers and Shield Bearer is good, but only 14 probes. Oh. I mean, it kind of almost worked, but I don't really believe in ever making this many Zealots. I think we all know that Zealots are just not good. Unless you're cannon rushing, or unless they have charge and +1. But Zealots without charge, oh my goodness, now we have to recall as well. We even lose everything, and just like that, it is pretty much game over. It turns out, guys, that the mass Zealot defense is not the defense that sweet Protoss dreams are made of. This one is Zoomflush, as they would say in Germany, which is actually applicable because we are watching 2 Germans. GG gets called, and 3 minutes and 40 seconds later, Haku ties things up. A little dirty, a little cheeky, but that too is a part of Starcraft 2. I think for saVer, this was one of these moments that a lot of us have found ourselves in once in life, where you see a build, and you normally defend in a certain way, but on this moment, you think you're a genius, and you're like, I've got a different plan. I'm going to go with this defense. And that's just something you decide in the heat of the moment in a competitive series with people watching. And then it's so brilliant in your mind, but then it's not actually very brilliant in the game. And then your Zealous gets surrounded, and the Spine comes online, and the game is just over. They are doing their best to catch up on the schedule, exactly. Well, we're still a little bit behind schedule, regardless of what's going to happen here, but see, this is why we don't have to cancel one tournament to watch the next one. You need that hoodie in your life. Well, I don't want to make you jealous, Bellringer, but I can actually say that these Basilisk hoodies are fantastic. And before somebody's like, Roddy, sellout. I can't be a sellout for something you guys can't even buy, okay? That's not how sellout works. I just think they are fantastic. I'm very happy with them. And I wear them with a lot of pleasure, and I think they look awesome.
Round 3. Fight!
I banned somebody for asking if it was Bronze League. Yes, if I am watching 2 players and they are insulting the players that I'm watching, I will ban them. Absolutely. I will keep on doing that. Because it's very obvious when I'm watching people that are good, they are just not pro gamers, that they're not Bronze League. If people then come in my chat and be like, is this bronze? Like, no, then you're just disrespectful. And I will ban you, yeah, gladly. I will never change in that regard. It is not hard to show a little bit of love and respect to the players that we are watching. If you can think you can do it better, show me. But I don't think that's crazy. But okay. If it is crazy for you, mate, then it is what it is. In the top left side of Golden Aura, we are looking at the main base of a Protoss that is 5,000 MMR. Master League from Germany, an old school player. This is saVer. That is very different, Bro, no, if people say it about themselves, that is okay. I will never let people come into my chat and insult the players that we are watching. That is not the same as a pro player saying something about their own performance. This is not rocket science, mate. Maybe it is for you, but it is not for everybody else. And if chat said it, then they are being disrespectful. If you think that's funny, that's fine. I don't think it's funny. Players are putting on a show. They can defend themselves. They're not watching the stream. They're doing their best. Nobody's forcing you to watch it. If you want to watch it, that's awesome. It doesn't hurt to be nice. That's all. Bottom right side of Golden Aura, we are looking at the main base of Berserker Esports Haku. Also around 5,000 MMR. I know, Frichkasse. I let a lot of things go. This is a lot of links, by the way. Is this like a slow Zergling rush? This used to be a thing, guys. Where they make it seem like they play normal. And you scout and you're like, oh, hatchery, another hatchery. Nothing weird is happening. And then they just keep on making slow Zerglings. Nurture actually used to do this as well back in the days. And if you don't have a shield battery and you don't have a full wall off, this can actually spiral out of control real quick. Like, I don't want to call it an all-in immediately because we are gasless and we have 3 bases. But this is obviously a big investment on the side of the Zerg. And this is actually something that could potentially win the game immediately. Now, with 2 adepts, you have crazy micro potential. Are we going to wall off? That would make our life so much easier. Can we wall? We can wall. We can wall. That's a good start. Don't let your adept get surrounded, please, mate. Okay, we'll live and live. No, one of them dies. That's very unlucky. And now we're just going to build batteries. We have a Stargate. I'm going to have to build another Stargate. Okay, we have our second adept. I think the Cybercore is going to die before the battery's online. You need to wall off here, mate. You need to wall off. I don't know if walling off with a battery is great because they don't gain HP very quickly. At least there will be a shield battery to heal the gate. Don't use overcharge on this one. Just use the regular one and use overcharge on this one. Overcharge you, mate. Overcharge, please. Why don't you overcharge? Does wall off one more time. Maybe he wants to wait until he needs it more. Oh, there is a gap. But it's okay, we have an Oracle. We have 2 adepts and an Oracle and some batteries against slow Zerglings. Get back in the gap now, mate. You want to get back in the gap as we have a 4th coming online as well. There's a 13 worker lead. It's a full wall off. And it's a hold. There are more slow Zerglings, guys. Haku is crazy. Still making slow Zerglings. But that was pretty well done by saVer. I think it could have been a tiny bit better if he would have used at least that second battery to keep the buildings alive and then maybe overcharge. Outside of that, totally fine. I have lost to this build a couple of times. I'm not afraid to admit it. But obviously I go Nexus first, which changes the timings a little. Now Haku is in serious trouble. The young man against the old dog. And things are looking very good for the old man. Definitely should have stopped making links. He doesn't want to. He's doubling down. He's tripling down. But you can't break this anymore. And what could have been aggression into a transition has now turned into aggression into an all-in. But an all-in that can simply never work. As every single drone is dying on the other side of the map as well. Turi, Oracle, and Haku with the 3-base slow Zergling all-in cannot get the job done. And it is saVer who takes the 2-1 lead. Probably wondering what on earth is happening in these games. A 4-minute game, a 5-minute game. But it doesn't matter. saVer takes the 2-1 lead. And is now 1 map away from winning $60. Surprised to see Haku playing this aggressive. I didn't notice about him. take a look at his match history. Haku seems to have a date later on. Well, there are many all-ins you can go for. I mean, it's okay. I think the previous one is not bad if you are able to surround the adepts. Like, it's kind of a make it or break it moment almost immediately as soon as the first Zerglings show up. If the first links surround the adepts or get on top of the pylon and there is no wall off, it's a completely different game. But once the wall off is up and then the adepts are kind of tucked in and they are safe, yeah, that's where it gets very, very difficult. Means we're already entering round 4.
Round 4. Fight!
Bottom right side of Oceanborn. We are looking at the main base of the man who has taken the 2-1 lead after defending a slow Lingelin. Believe it or not, this is a saVer. Uh-oh. Okay, guys. This German Zerg is a cheeky one. Top left side of Oceanborn. We are looking at the main base of the man who got the job done with a proxy hatch spine crawler rush in game 2. And it seems like we're gonna get more of that. This is Haku. Thank you soon. Fiont says it's the build. The Lorimbo build. The Fiont build. So now saVer has time to think about how he wants to do things different. And against this version of the proxy hatch, where they have no gas and they're not going for roaches, I actually think a forge defense is the very best thing you can do. Like, you can literally expand and go forge. Because cannons are very good if they are powered up by batteries. If you have a nexus here, you can just go forge, battery. You have a nexus, you can overcharge. And it's 2 bases against 1. saVer, just like in that other game, is going to scout it very early. Is going to build gateway units very early. Is going to... I don't know about this, man. Oh my goodness. saVer! Why are these Germans so weird? Is this necessary? Well, he believes in it. He believes that this is the right response. I don't think this is the right response as a Protoss, but hey, maybe he can look like a genius. The drones are battling the probe, and that's first blood.
First blood.
Not all Starcraft looks the same, guys. This looks like pretty bizarre Starcraft to me. We have a lot of links out on the other side of the map. It's gonna take a little while though before those links are done. I think it will kill the hatchery. 2 zealots and probes, it is going to kill the hatch. But there is still creep. If he kills the hatch before the queen is out, well, what do we do now? Do we rebuild? Make a drone, rebuild the hatch. Make a drone. If he makes a drone and he rebuilds the hatch, I will be so happy. Please make a drone out of this larva. If he wants to do it, he needs to do it real soon. He's good. Expand at home, I think. This would have been the play, guys. This would have been the play. Oh my goodness, what are these games? It is 18 probes against 13 drones. It's still gonna go for a forge. The spines are now just gonna walk home. Yeah, the larva died. Huh? Yeah. Okay. Now we're just gonna be like, yeah, nothing happened, mate. The walk of shame. Rough night with the boys, guys. This is how Rainer wakes up on a Sunday morning after he went out in Amsterdam. He's like, It's like, wasn't my night. Well, now there is a single adept in the back of the main, but obviously a single adept is a problem if we have absolutely nothing at home. Only you could recall those spines. So now the drones are going to surround this adept. I mean, saVer has lost against Haku in the past, but today it does seem like it's going to be perfectly fine. Even though he does need to expand, guys. I don't think that this cannon is necessary. This cannon isn't necessary, and this cannon isn't necessary. And saVer is... Oh my god, he's going Stargate as well. He's just never expanding. Oh. He's kind of throwing away his lead, no? These guys are 5,000 MMR, but once there is money on the line, once Big Roddy is casting, people start making silly decisions. And they make a lot of mistakes, and they lose track of the games. It's almost like they are human, and pressure can get to them. Like, obviously this, I will be the first to admit that this does not look like 5k MMR. But I play against saVer. I know that he's 5k. He's even higher, right? 5-1, whatever. saVer is a good player with good builds. He has defeated me a few times on the ladder. If I look at this right now, I'm like, what on earth is happening? But yeah, I guess he's feeling it a little. You think Haku's macro is good? But if his macro is good, then why the hell is he playing like this? Imagine if you get this on ranked roulette. That would be a good one for Kev and the hamster. Yeah. Yeah, I actually think this favors Zerg. I mean, I don't think. I think we can all agree, right? It's 3 bases. You even have the safety spine. You've got gas income. And the Nexus isn't even done yet. I think he's going for a void because he was still paranoid about an all-in. He did cancel one of the cannons, by the way, by the looks of it, guys. We realized that we didn't need double battery, double cannon, and Stargate before Nexus. So he did cancel one of them. I think saVer is just very paranoid. He's like, I know the next all-in is coming. This guy's been all-inning me all best of 5 long. The next one is coming. It's like, no, he's actually just building drones, mate. It's like, no way. I know it's out there somewhere. Absolutely, fading at the edges. If it would have been like a Ravager follow-up of 16 drones or a Bailing boss, he would have looked like a god. But when the guy's just double expanding and building drones, you look a little bit silly. It's okay, it's hard to scout sometimes, and as I said, the pressure can be real. Oracle is gonna show up, kill 3 drones, it's not that bad. The Void Ray got kept alive as well. We're getting another drone in the main. Yeah. That's good. Nice for saVer that he's now finding some damage, because he obviously truly needs to slow the Zerg down a tiny bit. Rex should be the next series, so as soon as this best of 5 is over, we will get ready for Taiwanese Rex against Hydra. I wasn't sure what to expect of this best of 5, but I can tell you guys that it definitely was not this. I thought that Haku was just going to, I don't know, be like a mini Fiont, you know, kind of try to play a Zergy style to some degree and we macro up a little bit, and then a lot of aggression of like 50 something drones. This is not the best of 5 that I expected. He didn't tell me either that he was capable of crazy and wild builds. I mean, I invited him anyway, so he didn't have to, but... Double Oracle flies into the 3rd, activates Pulsar Beam, grabs 4 drones, and he keeps the Oracles alive. I think really solid micro. This is probably a bit less solid, but we are waiting for the Adepts, guys. There are 8 roaches out. This is 5 Adepts with glaives. Thought about it, and says, no, you've got too much. saVer does have very quick +1. +2 already on the way, 8 minutes into the game. I think that is pretty good. It's gonna have a pretty nice upgrade lead. Out of those, I only talked to Hawk Salmon. Hawk I spoke to not too long ago. Hawk is a nice guy. He made a little video for Ben, because Ben got married. And I reached out to a lot of people of Ben's past to record some videos. And Hawk was kind enough to do that for me, so we could surprise Ben with it. Idra is just doing his own thing. Sheth I was never close with. Nice guy, but I just can't be friends with everyone. I love that he decided against the forward shade first. And then later on he saw a bunch of queens, a spine crawler, a roaches. He's like, yeah, now I let the shade finish up. This is the moment I let the shade finish up. With Ben, you mean Mr. Bid or Robbie? I mean, Mr. Bid was in Atlanta, mate. I loved it so much, I even posted a picture on Instagram. That's when you know that I love it. I didn't get to spend crazy time with Ben over the weekend, but enough to just catch up a little bit. chat, and it was very fun. I was very happy about it. Don't think that I think that you're missing some information, J-Power. I don't think that Ben would really want a video of Naniwa. I don't. Those two are not necessarily the best friends of all time. Idra would have been cool, but people go different ways in lives, and you have to respect that, right? If somebody wants to be a part of the scene, I think that's very easy. If somebody just wants to focus on life outside of gaming, I think you also have to respect that, and you don't want to drag people back into it. Greg, but Idra, Ben has a good relation with, though. I think that they are friends, just like I would be getting along with them. Anyway, guys, let's talk a little bit about Haku against saVer, because it is still match point for saVer. He went for a bit of roaches and hydras, attacking into triple immortal disruptor and battery overcharge. I think that is going to be rather difficult. And we could fire a big Nova as well. The Nova gets fired. We try to run away from it, but still a couple of roaches that die. I am worried for Haku, guys. I think Haku needs to fire up a hive, because I believe without hive tech, a Zerg can no longer win this. I think there are two ways in general to win. And that's either you have Roach Hydra against a Protoss that doesn't have robo units, or you have a bunch of mutas, right, on lair tech, or you get a super sexy surround. But I think even if Haku gets a good surround here, saVer's army is just better, no? I think saVer's army is just better. Disruptor coming in from the high ground. Haku does fire up a hive, and I'm very happy to see that. Oh, fire, you Disruptor. Why doesn't he fire? He does drop a couple of sick force fields. Old school. You guys are talking about Wings of Liberty players. Well, this right here is a Wings of Liberty fight with a couple of force fields trapping roaches and hydras in the center of the map. It's not something you see ultra often in this day and age, but that it truly was a Wings of Liberty battle. Does saVer have double robo? No. Man, he loves force fields, doesn't he? Split off a few zealots to attack this base in the top side of the map, but those zealots will get cleaned up by the roaches. War Prism, cannot lose the Prism, mate. If you want to attack, you cannot lose your War Prism. Don't stop. Oh, yeah, he didn't stop. But the Hydras from downtown, baby. Just like Nikola Jokic with the winner in Golden State. You guys saw that? Sick, right? What a shot. That Hydra was basically Jokic there. For a little bit. A few more force fields go down as queens and roaches get roasted. We have a Viper on the... Whoa, a recall. Okay, I thought those force fields were pretty good. And I think off creep you have nothing to worry about, but... decides to go for the recall, maybe worried because he lost that War Prism earlier. That's the only thing that I can imagine. And now we forgot about the Colossus though, and now we're gonna move out anyway. This might still be a good fight. If the Colossus can shoot at the Hydras and the Immortals can shoot at the Roaches, this is going to be a good fight. Nice micro, I think, on the Colossus. We're kind of ignoring the rest of the army, but that's okay. saVer, his supply is very, very low though. This is basically his army, holy smokes. His army is 2 Colossus. I think he indeed kind of true. Well, I can also still see this game go on for a while. Because we have money in the bank. Haku might wait a little bit. And I absolutely believe that saVer, if he rebuilds, has another shot. Because he's still building the better units. He's got some money in the bank. He's got +3. So I think he's got another shot. He's got double robo now as well. Yeah, obviously if the Viper play is good, saVer is in trouble. But saVer does have a Templar Archives. And he does seem to be decent with the force fields, so... maybe if he's good with the sentries, he's good with the High Templars. This is all Ogre. Alright, if you say so. I don't think it's totally over yet. I think it looks very good for Haku, but I also don't think it's over yet. I feel like we are 2 Novas away from saying that saVer is winning this game. Cannot lose that Colossus though. We cannot lose that Colossus. Fight and micro. Wow. Okay. Oh my goodness. What is this? Alright. We are firing the Novas. Both Novas go on top of each other. We do have Archons with battery overcharge and +3. And one of the Colossus somehow survived. The Immortal gets microed back. It's a shame that Immortal didn't live, because the micro there was pretty cool. It's also a real shame that the two Disruptor shots were on top of each other. There are 28 roaches on the production tab, guys. I think this army will no longer get cleaned up. GG gets called. A 15-minute game 4 that started off with a proxy hatch and a spine-crawler rush. Well, it goes to distance. Quite the series between these two. They were both eager to play one another, which I always like to see, because that means they both feel that it's a doable matchup. And it goes to game 5. That's Roddy matchmaking out of nowhere. Wasn't even familiar with Haku, but here we go, guys. Our first game 5 of the night. If those Novas were a bit better, and that Immortal that he tried to save in the natural would have lived, maybe. Because he did have +3. Schedule is back off track. 24 minutes. This is not the biggest of deals. Haku says, can I have a minute? Yeah, of course, mate. I'll take a minute as well. I'll let up Hydra go NA and do your vetoes and maps fuss. Does Blinding Cloud affect Colossus? Yes, Blinding Cloud affects like everything, I think. Thank you to Levo BW. The best 8 months of your life. I don't know if I believe it, mate, but I do really appreciate it. Thank you. Alright, the players are taking a very tiny break. Because of that, I'll just take a tiny break as well. And I'll be right back, guys, with our first game 5 of the night. Hopefully the first of many. We have a friend request as well. Take a tiny break. I'll see you guys real soon. Let's see how our nerds are doing. They are ready for a game 5. Our first game 5 tonight. A second series will be coming up right after it. And that is going to be Rex versus Hydra. I told the nerds that they can get ready already. And then we can get slowly back on track. saVer is ready. I think Haku is ready. So, go. Alright. Maybe we were waiting for Indy. Final map, guys, will be played on Hecate. It's been a bit of a strange best of 5, but it's been kind of entertaining. I am not disappointed. Who is going to win the opening bout of the night? And obviously walk away with 60 bucks. The loser will still get 15, so that is always nice. You get rewarded to play your favorite video game. Hopefully it is their favorite video game. It is definitely mine. Surely we don't get another proxy hatch, or maybe we do.
Final round. Fight!
Bottom left side of Hecate, we are looking at the main base of Berserker Esports Haku, who just can't keep them drones at home, guys. Just can't keep them at home. Top right side of Hecate, we are looking at the main base of the man that is representing Maral Esports, I believe it is. This is saVer, a very old school player. I believe was already around in the Brood War days. And he is once more gonna have to deal with a proxy hatch. Thank you to Chasophius. I hope I definitely didn't say that right. Thank you, mate, for the 26 months. saVer is going to scout rather early. Ooh, Haku may sell it. A little bit more convincing, guys. Is saVer older than Roddy? I think we are very similar age. Because Naruto was raving about saVer playing the last time in the Big Brain Bouts. And he was like, man, that guy was around in my Brood War days. And I guess Naruto, or Derbovo, we should call him. So guys, saVer scouts a regular hatch. He's like, oh cool, it's just hatch. But then, what is happening over here? There is another drone that's gonna sneak into the natural. And now it's a good old hatch block. Hello, Dryket. Thank you so Dryket. I'm not totally sure. Thank you so much, mate, for the 5 months. I saw you added me on Discord. I will get back to you soon. As we have a lot of probes being pulled. I think this is okay defense, right? I think we can live with this. I am not unhappy. Is there a world where you can cancel it and more of an Evo? Oh, he can! He can, baby! It's not just the pro gamers. It's not just the pro gamers who can do it. Alright. It is obviously decent defense, but this does still always bother me a little bit, guys, if I am playing as a Protoss here, because I do feel that my entire build, all my timings are out of the window. Everything that I'm used to is out of the window, and he builds another hatch, this time around in the main. And yeah, eventually we just have to expand, obviously, guys, if we are saVer. I don't know how old Haku is, but I think Haku is like 1920-ish. I'll double check with him. Obviously, this hatch is not really a real threat, and it is going to get cancelled. So, guys, saVer is apparently born in 1986. That is what Executor's telling me, which actually means that he is 1 year older than Roddy. I know you guys thought they don't exist out there, the StarCraft 2 players that are older than Roddy, but they're still out there. saVer's got 1 year on me. Now, this Adept should have some potential. Because obviously circling speed has been very delayed by all the... Oh, he got him! This always feels good to me. If I make a shade and they react and I cancel it, I'm like, haha! Got you. It's not very impactful, but it feels good when it happens. It's like when they pull the probes and you hallucinate an oracle and you send it into their main. That also feels good. I know that in my chat we have a lot of people that are older than me. You guys don't have to let me know. I know that is the case, but when it comes to the people that still play a lot of StarCraft, obviously you have Cass and Dimaga that are still around. But not too many like proper oldies out there that are still grinding. saVer actually plays a very decent amount. Like almost every second or third day that I play a ladder, I could run into him. I feel like maybe one day, guys, I can convince BASILISK to organize a tournament for the seniors. 35 plus only. Only people that are born before 19 or are born before, let's say 1988 are allowed to participate. Wouldn't that be something? Some low APM gaming. The 35 plus 20, baby. The Grandpa League. I feel like I could shine in that one. You are 57 and you play since 2010. That's amazing, mate. I think that's awesome. I mean, I still... you know what's funny as well, guys? Is that earlier today I played one game on US West, right? My show match. And it's like so hard to get stuff going. But then in the break of WTL, when I just did one ladder game, if you play one ladder game on your preferred server with low ping, StarCraft is still a game that runs so freaking smooth. And it's almost like you don't even appreciate it when you are used to it. But if you then play one or two games that are laggy or have like bad inputs, if you then go back to your preferred server, you play StarCraft with a low ping, you're like, oh my god, this game still runs so good, so smooth. Everything about it is awesome. Who won between Clem and Max Specs? Clem won all 3 games today. Clem won all 3. Oracle is gonna fly into the natural, drops the revelation. So after all the crazy early shenanigans with the hatch block, the hatch in the main, yeah, in the end, I guess it's just a somewhat even game. saVer is making Archons very early on. I guess we go for some Archon harass, but Archon harass after Oracles is it's a little meh. If you open up DTs immediately and you go for Archon harass, you can obviously make some stuff happen. And it can still be a pretty viable build. Now everything can obviously be viable on different levels, right? Not everyone is going to defend like Raynor or Lambo, so... But the problem with this is that it just hits a lot later. Because first you invest in the Stargate, and then you build the Oracle, and only then you go into Archons. So most of the time your opponent is going to have way more units to deal with it. I am actually the world's oldest StarCraft 2 player. I am 66 years old and I've been watching you since 2014. I mean, I don't know if you're trolling or not. If you are 66 and you're playing, I think that's cool, but there's no guarantee that you are the oldest. There might be someone who's even older. Stasis trap does not go off. War Prism took a lot of damage, but it lives. If I was saVer at this point, guys, I would just say, like, you know what? I'm going to focus on defending. I'm going to try to get as many Archons as possible. Or not as many. As many Immortals as possible. A couple of Archons. Maybe go into Storm. And I just keep scouting and see if he would go Mudas, if he goes Spire, or if it's Hive. And as long as it's none of those things... Wait, is that still... What the hell? He made so many roaches of hatchery attack? That lair is late. That lair is actually proper late, no? So Haku must have read this as some sort of a... Yeah, must have been worried about something. Maybe a Zealot all in? Artosis is not that old, guys. What is Artosis? Is he like 39, 40? I don't know if Dan is in his 40s. He might be. But it's like low 40s or he's like 39 or something. War Prism with 2 Archons is gonna pick off 2 drones over here on the bottom side of the map. It's not that impactful. We kind of just have to wait until Lara's done. Maybe Roach Speed can kick in. I thought this has been 40 since the start. There used to be players that were like, oh, he's a talent, and he's like 18. And then certain players were like, how the hell is he still 18? There is no way. And then it turns out the kids were already like 21, 22. Like, nobody stays 18 forever, guys. Eventually, everybody grows up. But like, isn't Maru still like 16? No. Maru's like in the middle of his mid-20s or something, guys. Well, I think he forgot Roach Speed now, but that lair only finished up like a minute ago. Maybe he forgot how late his lair was. Because he's got 37 roaches, and yeah, he hasn't started Roach Speed yet. And he's even getting Tunneling Claws before Roach Speed. Does he have Burrow? No. Yeah, I don't know about this. I mean, you're definitely going to see it once your roaches go off creep. saVer has the potential to display some absolutely amazing War Prism Immortal Micro against slow roaches. Alright, we cancel Tunneling Claws, guys. We cancel Tunneling Claws and we fired up Roach Speed. As I said, like these guys, you are going to see very derpy maneuvers. You're going to see some mistakes because they are not used to probably playing in front of this many people, playing for prize money. They are not bad, but we're going to see them do some silly mistakes. Robbie, why are you such a troll? Are you jealous of my hit single, mate? You jelly of my hit single? This is a very good anti-roach army, by the way. We've got Storm. We've got 7 Immortals, 6 Archons. I'm kind of concerned for Haku. He's been maxed out forever. He's got 3.5k minerals in the bank, 1100 gas. We are waiting for Roach Speed. This is a low spellcast. I don't know about leading the charge with the sentries, by the way. Bit of an ugly engagement here, but... RotterdaM is done. The Hive is even done. Just Hive finishing up right before Roach Speed, guys, while having 39 roaches out on the map. It's hard to attack into this many roaches. Couple of Ravagers, we do land a few Storms. Can the Immortals all make it into the high ground? That's a good Storm, by the way, this one. Oh, those roaches were move command, but the Protoss army was on move command as well. If the Protoss army was A-moving, every single roach would have been obliterated there by the 8 Archons. As the High Templars and Immortals are going to go for it. saVer is down in supply, but I think it's safe to say that his army is looking really good. One of the High Templars got taken out by the Corrosive Ball from the Ravager. There's a few more High Templars morph into Archons. One of the Lurkers just popped, but it got picked up immediately. Haku has so much money, and he still has a lot of supply, but most of it is in production now, because this army simply cannot defeat this army. saVer with +1, a lot of Immortals, a lot of Archons, a couple of Zealots with charge. Obviously needs to keep his units together. Haku is about to get 1 million reinforcements from every single angle. It's funny that Haku has taken this, or has held on to the supply lead for the entirety of this fight. It didn't really feel like it, but now some of those units are going to start showing up. We've got a few Hydras in the mix as well. It is Roaches and Hydras against Immortals and Zealots. It's such a weird, chaotic fight. I think in the end, these Protoss units just have a little bit too much HP. The barriers might be active again too. If the 11 Hydras come out, he can hold. With the 11 Hydras, guys, I think we can actually hold. A couple of the Hydras showing up on the right. Hydras and Roaches together against Mass Immortal Haku with the hold. Potentially, yes, no, maybe. We are gaming. Yep, the recall gets used. Haku with the hold. It costed us probably 64 roaches, no 70 roaches, and 3 lurkers even. I saw one of them die. 70 roaches, 3 lurkers, and a roach warren. All went down. But we sort of held. We are now down in workers though, and we're down to 3 bases. But with a bunch of lurkers, maybe a Viper for a blinding cloud on the Immortals would be kind of cool. I know there's a lot of High Templars. saVer really seems to struggle with playing fast enough. Are you just shaming him because he's old, bully? Just because he is born in 1986 and he's got 160 APM? No need for you to make it that personal and dirty, mate. Hating on the elderly is a very dangerous crime on this channel. I stick up for the elderly more than I stick up for anyone. There's a War Prism is going to get a couple of hits from the Hydras and the Queen. The Spore Crawler in the end will finish the job. So that War Prism got rallied in and it just died. Didn't really get a whole lot done. I mean, the Lurkers don't have any of their hive tech upgrades. Haku has a gas problem. I don't like how we still have some spines here as well. But the Lurkers are very good though. Yeah, as long as you get the upgrades. Okay, he's gonna work on seismic spines right now. Is 61 probes a good number to be at? Well, saVer has expanded rather slow. So I don't think he really needs a lot more than that. But I would say a few more is good. Like probably like 72 would be a better number. Like as long as you can fully saturate this base, 16.33, and then this base is fully saturated. But some of the mineral patches are already gone. I think a few more probes would be useful, because then also if you go up to 5 bases, you can properly saturate that one. This has been quite the best of 5. The video gamers have been gaming. We now even have a fleet beacon. Next up, guys, is Hydra versus Rex. That is another PvZ. Netherlands versus Taiwan. Only the second time ever that Rex is playing. I do love Rex. He's a great guy. It's very late for him. But he asked me earlier if we were going to wait until WTL to finish up. And I said, like, well, that depends a little bit. And I was like, I can also let you play first. He's like, oh, no, I don't care. I'm casting WTL as well. I just want to know. I was like, oh, okay. Well, in that regard, then sure. Seismic Spines is done. And Adaptive Talents is on the way. Thank you to me, Frenzy, for the 34 months. Yeah, this many lurkers is very, very hard to defeat, guys. Even with Immortals, even with High Templars and Archons, I kind of believe in Haku. I mean, Haku is obviously up 40 supply as well. Novas against... Wow, did he just kind of split those lurkers there, guys? You know, I don't really be telling on him, but that to me looked like a lurker split. What is it that they say in elementary school again? Like a tatty tail or something? Tattletale? What is that expression? The one kid is telling on the other kid to the teachers? Tattletale. Yeah, okay. I knew it was something like that. Lurkers are going to burrow. This is the 6th spot, by the way, for Lurkers to burrow between the natural and the 3rd. Battery overcharge gets used, but the Nova has not been casted. The storms on the links are pretty good. And yeah, with the battery overcharge, even the High Templars will survive. The rest of the armies are battling here in the bottom right side. We still have 12 Lurkers, so a lot of the Lurkers did die in the bottom right. I was taking a little look at this fight, but we had 2 fights at once. saVer is in a bit of trouble, but maybe with a sexy surround with an engagement, maybe the carriers, there's very little anti-air. Oh my goodness, I guess we recalled the army. All of a sudden, a crazy amount of storms and the Immortals coming in from the top, and saVer is actually going to clean this up successfully. Now Haku has a couple of lurkers behind the 4th base, and he's going to blow up the probes. All hell has broken loose over here in this best of 5. Because Haku have the resources. Okay, he has 24 Hydras, that's enough anti-air. But then the storms are going to be a problem. What a series. Alright, we have no Vipers, but we do have 30 Hydralisk against 2 carriers and 9 High Templars. Somehow, after all of that, is somebody even? I mean, the Storms have crazy potential. The Nova has potential as well as a triple kill on the Hydras there. The lurker count is all the way down to 3, but we're going to get 3 more. Tiny Zergling run by, but you're not going to kill Immortus near the battery, I think. Barriers are good, cannons are good. Battery overcharge is very good. The Zergling run by doesn't do a whole lot other than confirm that there is another carrier on the way. How do you kill the carriers though if you don't have Vipers, right? Or you just kill the interceptors probably, yeah. You just ignore the carriers. Oh, he's even moving the lurkers against lurker shots right now. More Zerglings running into the main base. He killed the cannon and he burrowed Zerglings. Haku. Haku is cooking. 167 supply each after 19 minutes in Game 5 in our first Community Starcraft match of the night here at the Big Brain Bouts number 45. What a super close best of 5. This is no, move the Hydras a little bit, mate. Move that, no, why? Why? You're doing so good. You did so many things right. Why did you do that? Just go back to the lurkers. He did so many things right. He even kills the Dark Shrine with the Zerglings. But why did he stand there like that with those 30 Hydras? Is it now still saVer who can win? As he's making his way through the... Oh my goodness. I think if he doesn't do that with the Hydras, he would have been totally fine. Oh my, oh my. The Lynx are still picking up buildings on the other side of the map. We still have a couple of additional lurkers. One of the DTs, I think, gets F2 to the other side of the map as well. Triple carrier. 18 Hydras. Maybe. What about if I... Wait, did he just recall this Archon? And this Archon alone? Okay, that's quite the recall. We've recalled a single Archon home, guys. I think saVer probably feels that it's go time. This is where he wants to get the job done. They're that even in supply after 20 minutes in Game 5. It's amazing. I feel like they can both still win. It comes down to execution, right? It comes down to who controls his army better, who is more patient, who takes the right fight. It's a beautiful ending to a best of 5 as we fire forward another Nova. The Hydra count is back up. He's making Vipers. That could be big. That could be very big, because if saVer just drops a couple storms, doesn't have energy anymore. And Zerglings are running into the main base again. I guess the Archon that we... Where did that Archon go? Do we still have it? Yes. I think it just got F2 to the other side of the map again. The Lynx are now going to work on the Stargates, maybe? Yep, the Stargates it is. 100 army supply against 88. Who wins? Best of 5, number 1. Is it saVer or is it Haku? We have a few more lurkers on the way. 4 additional, like 7 lurkers is very dangerous to attack into. Haku did do a good job, by the way, in getting this expand up and running in the top right side. saVer knows that he kind of needs to make something happen, otherwise the Zerg army will just grow bigger and bigger. Novas fly forward, they miss the storm. Only one of them kind of connects. Not the best start to the fight here for saVer, but he does have a lot of additional storms. He's got more balls. Vipers, guys, abduct! Abducts 1 carrier, good job. Well, honestly, well done. No, saVer, you need to... Okay, he knows about this base too. I definitely think he needs to take out this base. Oh, the Novas go forward, the Storms go forward. It's a shame that he kind of fires the Nova and then he doesn't control it anymore. He had some more potential in a couple of these Purification Novas. This hatchery is in trouble. This hatchery is going to fall. Feedbacks land on the Vipers as well. Nice spellcasting by saVer there. I know some of the Novas could have been better, but as he fires another one, gets a Hydra. He runs back up the ramp. He's rebuilding the fleet beacon. I don't think this is a good idea, by the way. I think he's way too poor for this. I think at this point you don't do that. Like, now you just build units. And you try to expand and you save your bases. We don't have money for a new fleet beacon. I also don't know if we have to run up this tiny ramp. How many? We have 11 High Templars and a decent amount of storm left by the looks of it. Maybe some Ultras. He definitely has no money for Ultras. Like, saVer has no money to rebuild a fleet beacon, in my opinion. And Haku definitely has no money for Ultras. He just needs to build Hydras and Lurkers, and he's doing that. Like, I still kind of believe that the Zerg can win in a weird way. It comes down to abducts, it comes down to the spellcasting. That's big, by the way, for saVer. To get 2 Lurkers like that, guys. That is big. Yeah, they are both very broke. saVer is doing better now, especially now that he has this base. Like, Haku is on the clock at this point. Those two lurkers that I think saVer just killed, that's massive. saVer doesn't even really need to attack here. All he needs to do is deny some bases from going up, because he's the one with that Neo base. He gets another lurker, but he does take a lot of spiky shots. What a best of 5. It feels that it's saVer's game, though. With the income that this base is giving him and this base still being pretty fresh, it feels like it is saVer's game. Haku needs to go full Rainer on us and land perfect abduct after perfect abduct after perfect abduct. He does it, he gets feedback. And I think that's kind of it then, guys. Okay, snipes the observer. Always worth to keep an eye on the observer count. 2 ops left. One is chilling on the right side in surveillance mode. Thank you to General Cool for the 47 months. I appreciate it, mate. saVer wants to end this best of 5, but he needs to be careful because there is always potential to still throw Lens, and Nova only kills a lurker, unfortunately. Almost felt that he could have gone for the Hydras there. These two. A couple of absolute clown, funny, silly, short games in the beginning. And it turns into a 24-minute game 5. There's another Nova, flies forward, kills the Queen. Kills a morphing Hydra into a lurker as well. One more tiny one. Go for this battery and then the pylon, mate. Oh, there's a cannon too, that's annoying. As we have another big fight happening as a couple of storms. Dual land. saVer has created a pretty monstrous army. Lost detection there, guys. He went so far because he puts his observer in surveillance mode. He had no more detection. There's another Viper. Phoenix is going to live the lurker. Why the hell not? Okay, not the interaction I expected 25 minutes into the game, but it is happening. A single Phoenix, baby. You can see that saVer really wants to end it. It's been a fun series. It's been a good series. He's going to go pretty far forward into a lot of lurkers. He lost the observer again. He has another observer showing up. Can Haku snipe this observer as well to keep his tournament hopes and dreams alive? The best of 5 hopes and dreams. The observer is here. The Hydras are not actually targeting it. And the supplies were close for a bit. But with a few more units being warped in, it is saVer, the Protoss, who wins it after a 25-minute game. Congrats to saVer for winning the 60 buckies. And our man Haku, on his debut in the Big Brain Bouts, will still get 15. Fun series. A legitimately fun series. Good community StarCraft here. Thank you to BASILISK for giving us 10 subbies. Yeah, that was good. I'm going to keep it short. I know we're behind schedule. I'm going to end the prediction, guys. Immediately give you guys a new prediction. And this was very close to. You guys believed in saVer, though. saVer got... Well, some of you guys did. 49%. So Hydra, Dutch Protoss versus Rex, Taiwanese Zerg. Will it be Hydra to win? Hydra to win. You can just keep it short. Rex to win. I will give you guys 15 minutes. The game will start probably in 3 or 4 minutes from now. Bell ringer. Thank you so much for joining, BASILISK, and giving me some subbies. Hello, slowly. Hello, Hargrave. Thank you for the 34 months. Tiny break, guys, and I'll be back. PVZ. We have been live, by the way, for 9 hours and 10 minutes. But we have 3 more best of 5s to go. What a way to start 2024. I'll see you guys soon.